All right, thanks, guys. We went 3-2 in our premium selections on Patreon yesterday. It's going to put us at 4-1 in our last 5 daily double membership plays. We're also 63% in our last 28 best friends membership plays. We're 62% in our last 29 Major League Baseball tier plays. We're also a perfect 6-0 in college football and 8-2 in all of our football plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. Link for that site is in the description section below. Happy Saturday to you guys. We got ourselves a nice full slate of Major League Baseball action. So let's go ahead and get into it, beginning with the Yankees taking on the Red Sox. 4:05 Eastern first pitch at Fenway Park in Boston. The Yankees are minus 125, totals 10.5. The Red Sox are plus $1.15 on the money line as well. J. Happ is the projected probable for the Yankees. We have Travis Laskins for the Red Sox. Now Laskins comes into this game with an 0-1 record, 4.70 ERA, 1.63 WHIP. That's all in 15 1/3 innings pitched. Now J. Happ on the other side for the Yankees, he's 11-8 on the year, 117 strikeouts. Boston's 21st in runs allowed on average per game, 28th in walks allowed. Meanwhile, the Yankees on the other side, tied for the best record in Major League Baseball. They're 92-50 overall for the year, 42 games over 500. Winners in 7 out of their last 10. They also rank first in road scoring on average per game. Now, total-wise, the Yankees are 45-22 to the over away from home. I'm going to lean New York minus $1.25 and the over 10.5. Next game, Diamondbacks, Reds, 410 Cincinnati. The Reds are minus 155, totals 8.5. We saw a nickel move towards Cincinnati, no movement on the total. The Reds open $1.50 up to 155, totals 8.5. 68% are shaded toward the over, 58% leaning toward the Reds. And at the moment, Arizona's plus 140 on the money line. Cincinnati plus $1.35, laying the run and a half. We have Alex Young for the D-backs, Luis Castillo for the Reds. Now, as good as Castillo's been, he has walked 66 batters thus far in the year. Meanwhile, Alex Young on the other side for this red-hot Diamondbacks team, he's 6-3 on the year, 3.84 ERA, 1.14 WHIP. The Diamondbacks, believe it or not, are just 2.5 games back out of that second wildcard spot in the National League. They're winners in 10 out of their last 11. They're also 43-29 against the spread away from home. And of course, when I refer to the spread in Major League Baseball, I'm referring to the run line. Now, Cincinnati on the other side, they're in 4th place in the NL Central. 66-76 overall for the year, 10 games under 500. Losers in 7 out of their last 10. Cincy also ranks 21st in home scoring. And when it comes to the total, Cincinnati is 80% to the over in their last 5 taking on the Diamondbacks. I'm going to lean Arizona plus 1.5 and the over 8.5 in that game. Next matchup, Royals, Marlins, 610 Miami. The Marlins are minus $1.17, totals at 8. We saw a 3-cent fade of Miami, no movement on the total. The Marlins open $1.20, down to 117, totals at 8. 56% are leaning Kansas City, 84% shaded toward the over. Right now, KC is plus 105 on the money line. Miami's plus $1.80, laying the run and a half. We have Danny Duffy for the Royals, Caleb Smith for the Marlins. Smith is 8-9 with a 4.30 ERA. He's also walked 47 batters. Danny Duffy on the other side has struck out 93 batters in just 106 innings pitched. Miami's won just 5 out of their last 20. They rank 29th in scoring on average per game, which is second to last in Major League Baseball. The Marlins also possess the worst record in the National League. Now, Kansas City on the other side, winners in 5 out of their last 6. They also rank 11th in offensive strikeouts. Now, total-wise, the Royals are 8-4 to the over in their last dozen. Give me the Royals plus 105 and the over 8.5 runs in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and just welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Saturday's Major League Baseball action. Happy Saturday, guys. The weekend is in full swing. Now, before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout And remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We do premium plays and selections on that site, and they begin at just $1.99 per month. And once again, we went 3-2 for Friday. We're 4-1 in our last daily double membership plays, 63% in our last 28 best friends plays, 62% in our last 29 Major League Baseball tier plays, and we're a perfect 6-0 in college football this year, 8-2 in all of our football plays. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. Plenty of free content there as well, including my current record. All right, guys, let's go ahead and slide back into some more Major League Baseball action right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got the Blue Jays taking on the Rays, 6:10 Eastern first pitch in Tampa Bay. The Rays are minus 175, totals 8.5. Right now, the Jays are plus 163 on the money line. We have Anthony Kay for the Blue Jays, Charlie Morton for the Rays. Morton's 14-6 with a 3.06 ERA and a 1.10 whip. He's also struck out 209 batters on the season. Now, Anthony Kay went 2-2 in AAA Buffalo. He's the number 4 prospect in this Toronto organization. But regardless, Charlie Morton might just be too strong in this one. Tampa Bay second in runs allowed, third in strikeouts. Third in striking batters out. The Toronto Blue Jays on the other side, they rank dead last in hits on average per game. They're also dead last in walks allowed on the road. When it comes to the number, Toronto's 5-1 of the under in their last 6. I'm going to lean Tampa Bay minus $1.75 and the under 8.5. Next game, Cardinals, Pirates, 7:05 Pittsburgh. Cards are minus 140, totals at 9. Not a lot of movement on the total as of yet, but we did see a 10-cent move toward St. Louis. The Cards open $1.30 up to 140. Total open and remains at 9. 68% are leaning Cardinals, 85% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Pirates are plus 126 on the money line. The Cards are plus 125 on the run line. We have Adam Wainwright for the Cards, Stephen Brault for the Pirates. Brault's 4-3 with a 3.88 ERA and 80 strikeouts. Meanwhile, Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals, 4.30 ERA, 1.42 whip. The Cards lost 2 out of their last 3. They also ranked 24th in offensive hits, 23rd in walks allowed on the road. Now, Pittsburgh on the other side, winners in 6 out of their last 8 ball games. They rank 5th in offensive hits and 1st in offensive strikeouts at home, doing a great job making contact there. Now, total-wise, Pittsburgh's 9-4 to the over in their last 13, 47-23 to the over at home. I'm going to lean Pirates plus 1.5 and the over 9 runs in that game. Next matchup, Rangers, Orioles, 7:05 Baltimore. This game's currently off the board. We have Jonathan Hernandez for the Rangers, Aaron Brooks for the O's. Brooks is just 4-7 with a 5.81 ERA and a 1.42 whip. Hernandez on the other side, 1-0 on the year, 1.59 ERA, and that is in 5 2/3 innings pitched. Now the Rangers are 4-1 in their last 5, 43-31 against the spread away from home. The Orioles on the other side, second worst team in Major League Baseball, just 46-95 overall for the year, 326 win percentage. They're also winning just 22 out of 70 ball games at home. I'm going to lean Texas Rangers winning that one outright for some money line cash. Forgot to move the thing there. All right, next game, Cleveland taking on the Twins, 7-10 Minnesota. The Twins are minus 170, totals 9.5. We saw a 10-cent move towards the Twinkies. The Twins open $1.60 up to 170. Totals 9.5. 62% are leaning Twins, 84% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Indians are plus 155 on the money line. Minnesota's plus $1.20, laying the run and a half. We have Aaron Savale for the Indians, Jake Odorizzi for the Twins. Now, as great as Odorizzi's been this year, Savale is no slouch either. Savale for the Indians, 1.94 ERA, 1.03 whip. He's also struck out 34 batters in 41 innings pitched. I like this price point. I think Cleveland should be able to keep it close here. I'm going to lean Indians plus 1.5 in the under, 9.5 in that game. Next matchup, Angels, White Sox, 7-10 Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. The Angels are minus 155, totals at 10. We saw a nickel fade of Los Angeles in the early betting. The Angels open $1.60 down the 155, totals at 10. 72% leaning toward the Angels, 76% leaning toward the under. Right now, the White Sox are plus 135 on the money line. Angels minus $1.05 on the run line. We have Andrew Heaney for the Angels, Dylan Covey for the White Sox. Good to see a Dylan Covey sighting. Now, well, it depends on if you're a White Sox fan or not, because Covey's just 1-7 on the year, 6.88 ERA, 1.61 WHIP. Heaney on the other side comes into this game with a 1.20 WHIP, 92 strikeouts in just 75 innings pitched. The Angels are 5th in offensive walks on average per game, 3rd in offensive strikeouts. They've won 9 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with the White Sox. Now, Chicago's 28th in scoring, dead last in walks on average per game, walks allowed, of course. And when it comes to the total, the White Sox are 40-29 to the under at home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Angels minus 155 in the under 10 runs in that matchup. Next contest, Mariners, Astros, 7-10 Houston.